Hi YouTube friends, I'm Heidi Villegas with Healing Harvest Homestead, and I have been asked a lot recently for my natural medicine travel kit. And I brought that up in my newsletter a couple weeks ago because I had to go on a business conference recently, and then I've got another one next week. So I always put together a little kit of items that can fit into a quart-sized bag so you can carry it on, or that you can just put in your suitcase and keep in your suitcase. So I've got some items here that I'm going to share with you. And this is just basic herbal medicine in little bottles that's easy and cute and you can take with you instead of buying that nasty over-the-counter stuff if you need it. All right, so I'm not going to go through these in any particular order, but these are the items I put in my medicine kit for my last trip. And I'm really glad that I had some of them. So I'm going to set these two aside. We'll talk about these essential oils in a moment. These are my main ones right here. So the first thing that I always take with me if I'm traveling is my elderberry tincture. And I take this religiously when I'm traveling. I also take it every day anyway. So I love my elderberry tincture. It tastes good. You just take a half a teaspoon, you're good to go. A half a teaspoon in most droppers is 3 full droppers of your liquid, and that's about a half a teaspoon or so. So my elderberry tincture is one of them. Next up, this is my massage. Okay, so let me see how I can say this without breaking the rules. I'll just tell you how I use this. This is a massage oil that I rub on my chest, my shoulders, my neck, and my upper torso down below my chest area. And I do that because it helps me with my blood pressure. So if I'm feeling any anxiety, or if I notice that I'm feeling really anxious or tense, this is what I use. And this is a very safe little massage oil. You can use it as often as you need to, and it really works well. If you want to know the recipe for this, then you can check out my Calm Heart YouTube video that I made a couple of years ago, because that's the recipe that this is for, and I love it. I've shared it with other people and they love it too. All right, this is a little spray, and I actually did travel with this 2-ounce spray, but normally I like to travel with 1/2 ounce to 1 ounce amounts because it's just a smaller bottle and it's not as heavy. But I didn't have time to make this in a smaller amount, so I did travel with a 2-ounce bottle. This is my cooling and refreshing spray, and I love this stuff. You shake it up and you spritz it on the back of your neck, and you enjoy immediate cooling and refreshing. So if you are a perimenopausal woman or a menopausal woman and you need to just cool down, or if you just get uncomfortably hot or get the hot flashes, this is very, very helpful. So I brought that. Next up, this is my Headache Helper Roller Blend. I love this stuff. In fact, sometimes I just like to use it because it just makes me feel good. It smells really nice. You rub it into your temples. You can also rub it behind your ears. You can also rub it on your neck. Some headaches are caused from tension in your neck. Other headaches are caused by sinus congestion and other things. This Headache Helper is really helpful for all of those different kinds of headache situations. It's kind of a general headache remedy that I just really love. The recipe for this, by the way, is found in my Ditch the Drugstore book and course, and it's a really helpful one for people. So it's just one of those recipes that just works. So I really love that. Next up is my willow bark tincture. Now this is also for general aches and pains and headaches. But if I'm in a situation where, let's just say I was at a conference on this last trip and I'm sitting there in my seat, well, I'm not going to whip out my tincture and take my tincture necessarily in public. Sometimes I might, but it depends on who I'm with. But the roller bottle, you saw how discreet that was. Very, very simple and easy to use, and you don't have to ingest anything. But I do carry my willow bark tincture with me when I travel as well. I just think it's nice to have options when it comes to pain relief. All right, next up this, I love the smell of this too, I'm sorry. This is actually my carpal tunnel blend. Not everybody has carpal tunnel, but I take this if I'm going to be carrying suitcases and luggage and hauling things around, and I know that my hand is going to end up hurting. So I do like to have that with me as well. And I use it a few times a day. Now I want to just mention this carpal tunnel blend. Because it contains essential oils that can actually get into the skin and the joint areas, which are really close to the top of the skin, and start to literally help the body heal those areas. So I really like to use this blend. My carpal tunnel used to be so painful that I could barely use my hand, and I thought I was going to have surgery. But when I started using my carpal tunnel blend, over time, I want to say it took probably 2 or 3 months, I stopped having pain. And it was such a blessing. And occasionally now it'll come back, like, because I'll forget to use it. And that's okay. When it starts coming back, I start using it again. So I did have that with me on this last trip. Let's see here. Oh, this is my black cohosh tincture, and I brought this along because, again, of the hot flashes. It's really helpful for women who need to balance their hormones and want to take care of any hot flash issues. If you're a man who has hot flashes, it's really helpful for men too. So that's why that one's there. Next up is my Hawthorn. Now this is more of a supplement. It's not really a medicinal, well, like a first aid thing or anything like that. But Hawthorn is great for your heart, and I do take it several times a day for my heart, to support my heart. And I really love Hawthorn. Hawthorn has an affinity for the heart, and it's very gentle, and it gently strengthens the heart. So really, really nice. Okay, I cannot go anywhere without my deep sleep tincture. This is a combination of valerian, hops, and lavender that I've been using for many, many years, and I must have this because it helps me to go to sleep and stay asleep, and I really love this. So I put this in a little, you'll notice some of these little tincture bottles are like small. These are 1/2 ounces. They're perfect for traveling. And so I've got my deep sleep tincture. Also, I have an essential oil that's not here right now, but I love traveling with my spikenard because if I happen to wake up in the middle of the night, I can just, inhale it under my nose, take a few deep breaths of it, and the anxiety or any monkey mind in the middle of the night goes away and I fall back to sleep. So I also had that in my medicine travel kit too. All right, next up, this is my super decongestant blend, and I really love this. This is it's a stock blend that's in a small bottle, and I just carry this and will inhale it if I feel congestion. So I just came from Palm Springs. That's where I traveled to for this conference. And oh boy, the allergies there where people were going crazy, but not me, because I had my decongestant blend. Now let me talk about my inhalers. These you actually don't have to put into a quart-sized bag because there's no liquid involved. You can just keep these in your purse. They're very discreet and they are personal to you, and they're not going to bother anybody else. So I want to just share with you what I have going on here with these. I have one for focus. Sitting in a conference for hours and hours and hours is very mentally tiring. So I really love one for focus. I have this one for anxiety and stress and also relaxation. I had to speak at this last conference that I went to, and I was so nervous, so nervous. So I ended up just inhaling this for every 20 minutes for about an hour before my presentation, and it really helped a lot. And by the way, inhalers are great for kids too. They're wonderful. And then this one is another version of a decongestant that I just love to have, also for allergies. Now let's talk about nausea and just being motion sick, if you get that, which I used to. Lately, I don't get motion sickness anymore on airplanes. I think it's because of my anti-anxiety essential oils. So, but lavender and ginger essential oils are wonderful to just put into a roller bottle and put it behind your ears if you need to. You want to dilute them, of course. But these two essential oils are excellent for motion sickness. So I didn't have time to share any recipes with you here today, but I hope you got a good little idea of what I like to bring with me on my travels in terms of my herbs and my essential oils. And I didn't even mention my herbal teas. I like to bring a few little bags that I make up of my herbal tea blends too, for relaxation, sleep, you know, waking up in the morning, things like that. So all of these recipes are found in my Ditch the Drugstore course, or they're inside of the Confident Herbalist tribe. Many of them are also on my website and on my YouTube channel. So if you need recipes, be sure to join our natural living community, and you can ask questions in there and get all kinds of help. I'll put the link below. If you want my free herbal remedy guide, you can get that just by clicking the link. And I'll also put a link in the description for my How to Relax Using Herbs and Essential Oils book. It's really great. I would love to have you pick those up for free. They're gifts from me. And you'll be on my newsletter list, which is really well loved by a lot of people. So I hope you'll join us. Please subscribe to my channel. I am Heidi Villegas with Healing Harvest Homestead. It was a pleasure talking with you today about my my little medicinal travel kit here, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have other thoughts and ideas, I would love to see them below. And one more thing I just want to mention too quickly, and that is that my travel medicinal kit is going to look different than yours. My home apothecary is likely to look different than yours. And that's just because we're all different and we have different needs. And that's where if you haven't taken Ditch the Drugstore yet, you really should get onto my wait list for when I open it up again in the springtime, because I hold your hand and I teach you how to get your customized home apothecary ready. It's not some generic cold and flu herbal course. No, no, no. That's not that. Ditch the Drugstore is very involved. It's really more of a family herbalist course, and you get to create that home apothecary and make it what you need. All right, that's all I have to say about that. This is the day that the Lord has made, you guys, and we all need to be joyful and glad and be happy in it. All right, I love you all. Please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. I'm Heidi Villegas with Healing Harvest Homestead, and I am signing off. Bye-bye.